The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Hey, welcome to the Cosmic Disaster Show, everyone. I am Tommy D, and man, we have a good show for you this week. We have a good show for you every week, but before we dive in, let's go ahead and meet our merry band of misfits here. Starting off with Jay Quellen.
Well, hello there.
How are you? All right.
Great.
From the Outer Rim territory of Boston, it's Daddy Louie.
Hello, children. I was wondering if you were going to play my music.
Yeah, I got it. I got a lot of new buttons. I'm trying not to get lost in the buttons. And Director of Fury. I say that all the time. Director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Chris Fury. I'll get it eventually one of these days.
How is it going, fellow agents? What's going on?
And this week, bringing up the rear with bringing some extra special heat, Mr. Deacon with the background action.
What's good? What's good?
Look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love it. That is hot. That is the hotness. All right, so what's going on this week? We have a lot. I have notes. So we've got, of course, our Mandalorian contest continues. So we've got our newest safe word. It is safe word number 4 of 9. So if you need to catch up, go ahead and check us out on your favorite podcast platform or on YouTube, wherever you want to do that. And get a pen and paper, or if you have like an eidetic memory to remember all this stuff. I don't know where I'm going with it. But anyway, Mandalorian helmet contest. To win this beautiful Mandalorian helmet right here. It is...
Glorious.
Yeah. So how does it work? Well, very simple. All you have to do is engage with the show every single week, listen for those safe words, collect those safe words, and they will compile and put them together. And I don't do words today. They will create the phrase that pays. And once you have the phrase, all you got to do is email us right here at contact@circleofnerds.com, and then we will randomly draw one lucky winner from that email list, and you will win this lovely helmet. But wait, there's more. We will be finishing this off for you. We're going to do the visor. We're going to trim it up, make it all nice. It will be 100% wearable, out of the box, paint job, weathering. It's going to look good. And of course, this is provided to us by the fine fellow over at imperialsurplus.com. So please make sure you check out Mr. Kevin Weir. He is amazing. In addition to that, we've also got, there's merch guy right there. So if you want to get some Circle of Nerds merch, all you got to do is head on over to the website, circleofnerds.com/merch. And if you want to support us further, there you go. Jay Quellen is wearing, modeling one of our lovely, lovely baseball tees there. Daddy Lou's got a hoodie.
Baseball tee.
There you go.
Get that hoodie in here.
I've got my hoodie back over here. And of course, if you'd like to support us and get all kinds of fun little extra goodies, head on over to patreon.com/Circle of Nerds, where probably the biggest deal that we've got going on over there is our Inner Circle. So during the Inner Circle, we're giving you content that only our patroni get, and what we're doing for the foreseeable future. Every episode of the Inner Circle, we're talking about The Mandalorian. So we're talking spoilers, we're talking what we love, what we hate, all that good stuff. And yeah. So coming up this week, we've got your big topic, which we're going to be saying goodbye to a legend and an icon. Daddy Louie is going to be showing us some beginner's tips for miniature painting. And last but certainly not least, we have another giveaway. Bam! Right here. So 500, we reached 500 subscribers on YouTube. And to celebrate, we are going to randomly draw a name live on the show tonight. And whatever name we draw, we're going to try to contact those people. And boop, they're going to get this Boba Fett pop right there. beautiful.
So if you're not a subscriber, go subscribe
That's what I
right
was gonna
now.
say.
Go to
Go
the
subscribe right
YouTube
go
now.
subscribe right
There's
now.
still a
right
chance.
now.
Do it.
Go.
Go.
Do it.
Get
Do
your
it.
get your chance to get a Boba Fett. Go to YouTube.com. Go to Circle of Nerds and
Do all the
subscribe.
things.
Pick me.
Yes.
Pick me.
Do all the things. And of course, staff, cast members, and employees of Circle of Nerds are not eligible.
That's bullshit.
I'm sorry. Right. All right.
I
So
want one.
you want
I
one?
want one too.
Okay. So well, I've got two. Like we don't have sponsors or anything yet, so I'm literally like pulling this out of my personal
Giving away
collection.
his-
I'm just giving away my shit. I'm giving away my shit. So
I
if,
have 2 Marilyn Monroe ones. If you want to give away a Marilyn Monroe.
all right. So if you guys know any sponsors, we need to get some sponsors so we can get some more shit. Of course, Kevin Weird at ImperialSurplus.com was kind enough to donate a helmet. Hopefully we'll be able to get some more stuff because my collection's not that big. So eventually I'm going to run out of shit. I'm going to have
Keep
to.
giving away your shit ain't gonna be that big. Yeah.
I mean, I've got that Iron Man helmet, the Iron Punisher helmet over there. I guess I could
don't
give
get rid
that.
of
Away. I don't know. I'll
Yeah,
get
it
rid
was
of
like, say
right.
it, Louis. Say it like the minute. Don't get rid of that one.
I don't know. I can get rid of it. It's fine. I don't mind.
Louis
don't
like,
know.
if you're getting rid of that,
All right. So this one,
I need a Christmas present.
this one we're giving away. So to celebrate 500 subscribers on YouTube, boom, that's gonna go tonight. And once we reach 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're gonna be giving this bad little boy away, and we're pretty close. We've got like 970
We're
on TikTok.
Super close.
So
Yeah.
follow us on TikTok everywhere. I don't have a button for that, but you guys ready for this week in the Nerdyverse?
Absolutely.
I'm so
Oh,
ready.
yeah.
All right, and of course, shout out to everyone joining us. Look at John. He's like, collection's not that big. It's really not, and it's gonna get a lot smaller, John, as I start giving shit away until we get some fucking sponsors. All right, this week in the Nerdyverse. Oh nope, that's not you guys. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's fine. I'll fix it. It's
Wow.
okay.
Go ahead, Louis.
You're first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chris. Go ahead.
So the Disney Plus hit series The Mandalorian has brought back fan favorites, dropped Easter eggs, and even the child, not dropping the child literally. But one thing you may have missed is the significance that the Tusken Raiders, widely known as the Sand People, in the season 2 premiere titled The Marshal. The creators of The Mandalorian actually hired a deaf actor by the name of Troy Kotsur, who plays one of the Tusken Raiders, and he helped create a sign language for the Raiders. And going further on that, there's also a teaching assistant named David Wellbeloved on Facebook who works with a deaf child who started a Facebook group in an effort to develop the language even further. So they're actually showing some more inclusion for other groups for the show. So this is a good thing.
It's really super cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of super cool things, so this week Hasbro released a new line of Play-Doh for adults. And no, I'm not joking. This line is called Grown Up Sense.
Wait, hold on. I'm
And,
sorry.
the
Wait.
line
Wait, hold on. Stand by. I got to run through this again because I had to fix shit. And it's I'm sorry. Okay, I
Are
apologize.
you good now?
Yeah. I am.
Are we good?
No, we're not good at all. But it's
Oh, my
fine.
jeez.
It's fine. Just go. Just
We're
do
all
your
fine
thing.
here.
There we go.
Wow.
So the line includes 6 different scents or smells, which includes overpriced latte, mom jeans, dad sneakers, spa day, Lord of the Lawn, and
my
Grill
God.
King. This is obviously marketed as a holiday gag gift or stocking stuffer. You can get the 6-pack of those scents for $11.99, and they are available right now over on Amazon.
Mom jeans. That is
Mom
amazing.
jeans. I'm more interested in the dad sneakers.
Yeah,
I've
the
gotta
dad
be
sneakers.
honest.
Oh my goodness. So the console wars, they're continuing with game titles from both Sony and Microsoft. So what's being announced is going to be that much harder for hardcore gamers to pick which system to choose from unless you have deep pockets. So we'll start with PS5. They have titles like the highly anticipated Cyberpunk 2077, which keeps getting pushed back, Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. What it seems to be is that Sony is probably banking on their Spider-Man Miles Morales for their flagship title for their launch. With their open world concept and their 4K graphics, my money is on that and Assassin's Creed title will probably be their major pulls. However, the Xbox Series X has some crowd-pleasing titles as well. They also have the cross-platform with Cyberpunk 2077. They also have Far Cry 6, Gears Tactics, which is the continuation of the Gears of War saga, Halo Infinite, and Crash Bandicoot, It's All About Time. So it's safe to say that there will not be a shortage of fans for either, if not both game systems. That's if your pockets can handle the weight.
And if your pockets can handle the weight and you'd prefer to play a game on your phone or computer, well, there's always Among Us. So Among Us has become a cult, sensation overnight. It was originally released in 2018, but for some reason recently over the last couple of months, it's become a huge hit. And developer Innersoft, they have Innersloth, announced an upcoming update. So they were originally going to be releasing a sequel, and they have decided to shelf the sequel in an effort to increase, the usability of the current Among Us game. So there's an update coming, no release date given, that will include a new map that is bigger than the current map, new tasks, player accounts, and support for colorblind. Like I said, that game is currently available. It is free, and it is on iOS, Android, and PC. So you don't have to wait for those very expensive consoles coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and Tony says, and if you have that kind of wallet, you can join us on Patreon.
Yeah,
So go right ahead.
That's right. If you are buying a PS5 and or an Xbox Series X, just float us $5 over on Patreon.
Yeah,
You can
consider it tax. Consider it tax. That's all. Finder's fee.
Yeah, float it on over. Float it over.
That's everything that you missed in the this week in the Nerdiverse.
I don't have the music for that.
Yeah, we
The
need some
outro for that.
Yeah, I need to get the outro. So
I liked that.
I had everything set up except you and Chris in this week in the Nerdiverse. So first it was Jackie and Chris, and then Louie and Chris were on different. I'll figure it out, or we'll hire someone that is better at this sort of thing than I am.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, I was like, damn, what am I? I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it
Say
is.
Deacon, ooh, what was that?
You know what, Mr. Deacon? I'll hand it over to you. How about that?
Hey, I can't hit no buttons from where I'm at, bro.
No.
You are the man.
I'll give you the buttons. It's fine. I'll give you the buttons.
No doubt.
All right, hey, let's talk about our Geek of the Week, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. No, what were you saying, Jackie?
I was just saying, Brent said that Among Us is a great social distancing party game.
I haven't played
In
it
more
yet.
ways than one.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
It's not on the Xbox. I can't. I'm not playing it if it's on the Xbox. I think it's mobile, right? You can play on your phone or.
Yeah, that's what I've played it on, is on my phone. I've played it with my wife and my daughter and a couple of
quality
friends.
time.
Oh. All right, Geek of the Week.
It's cute.
Have you ever just really liked something a lot? So much that you want to make a costume of that thing? Then you want your wife and friends to dress up in costumes with you, and then that's so fun that you say, hey, what if we start a club? Well, back in 2005, a guy named Tom Hutchins really liked Star Wars Galaxies, the video game. He and friends made a guild and wore Mandalorian armor. The following year, his wife took him to his first convention. Then, in 2007, the Mandalorian Mercs Costume Club was formed. Their little 4-person troupe has turned into thousands of people all over the world, earning Tom Hutchins the nickname Mandalore the Uniter. The Mercs are currently the only costume club to have formed their own charity, Little Warrior International, and they even give out scholarships to some of their own members. So much to say about Tom and his club. Not enough time. Check out MandalorianMercs.org.
Very nicely done. Very nicely done. And man, it's a great club. It really is. I'm currently retired. I was a member for a long time. I'm currently retired because I am a little too thick to get into my kit. So once I
that's that dad bod, huh?
that dad bod. I don't have dad bod armor though, so I've got to get that dad bod knocked down a little bit so I can squeeze into my gear. Because I do
Thor
like it.
but Thor made the dad bod cool again.
Well, I mean,
Right.
I don't know how cool it is. I
Dad
mean,
He wasn't
bod
a dad, though. He
Mandalorian.
wasn't a dad. He just had the
Yeah.
beer belly.
he's
He
just
wasn't
a
dad.
lazy,
Take my thunder.
lazy
bod.
gamer bod, right?
He's a fat ass. You know, that's it. Is what it is.
Lazy.
Eating my feelings, bod.
All right, so what do we got next? Are we doing the big topic?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've got what do we have on deck for Nerd Rage? Because we were gonna try
We're
to tie
gonna
it.
do the question of the week first.
Okay, question of the week and then Nerd Rage, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that'll be nice. So we'll do our big story, and then wow, everything's like flowing together.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's what production meetings are for.
Wow, I know. All right, so
Yes.
this week, we don't want to get too somber about it, but we did lose a legend this week, of course. Sir Sean Connery did pass, and it was a blow. It was definitely a blow. I mean, the guy's been around for decades. Of course, we all know him.
90.
Yeah, we all know him as James Bond, obviously. But
Oh, was he James Bond?
Yeah, I think he did a couple of James Bond movies.
Yeah, I
One or
think he
two.
did a
He did
You
one or
know
two.
you're a good James Bond to leave the franchise, have somebody else play the role, and then they say, you know what, we want you back,
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened.
yeah. And then he came back and did another one. I don't think it was official. It was with Kim Basinger. God, I wish I could remember the name of it now. I can't remember. It was I don't know. Man, we keep our live feed keeps dropping out. That's crazy. But anyway, he did this it was a James Bond film, but it was just so bad.
Never say never again.
There you go.
That's what.
Thank you. Never say never again. And it was God, it was so bad. The man with the golden gun was in there.
1983.
Yeah, it was a stinker. But
Hello.
but it was Kim Basinger. But there was a line in there. It was just classic James Bond. He has to go in for some kind of a physical for MI6 because they don't want to let him back. Yep, there she is. There's old Kim. But they said that so MI6 was like, he's got to get cleared. So of course he's in the room with this little nursey nurse, and she's standing on the other side of the room, and she was like, "Yeah, can you fill this? I need a urine sample. Can you fill this?" And he's like, "From here?" And she was like,
That's so sexy.
it really is. And he's there with no shirt on,
You're sexy.
and it looks like he's wearing a gray sweater because he's just a hairy man. He was just a hairy guy. But of course, if it wasn't a sweater vest. But if it wasn't for Sean Connery, we wouldn't have these great early James Bond films. We wouldn't have had Austin Powers. That was
Spy Who Shagged Me.
the spy who shagged me, international man of mystery. We wouldn't have had Sean Connery, Daryl Hammond's version of Sean Connery on Celebrity
Say
Jeopardy.
Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yes.
I'll take the rapist for
The
five.
penis. The penis mighty.
The penis mitre. All right,
Still
so
love those.
just to
We wouldn't have Dr. Henry Jones. We wouldn't have
Dr. Henry
That's how
Jones, yeah.
I know and love him the most.
We wouldn't have had
Dr.
Zardoz.
We named Zardoz.
Yeah,
Zardoz.
but Dr. Henry Jones, though.
Named the dog Indiana.
The name of the dog. So, you know, let's do this as a tribute to Sean and everything that he did for pop culture. I mean, he just did a lot of like really cool stuff that nerds like. And Ian Fleming, you know, cast him, you know, thought that he was, you know, the guy to be James Bond. Not my favorite James Bond personally, but
Me either.
still great. Pierce Brosnan, #1 James Bond, in my opinion.
100%.
I grew up with Roger Moore. Roger Moore, he was the dude.
Yeah.
When you know,
I
got
did
to
too.
see Sean Connery, but Roger, man, he had a crack in there.
He was too soft. He was too nice.
I was introduced to Bond through Roger Moore,
Yeah.
and then Timothy Dalton, and then Pierce Brosnan. But then I was also exposed to Sean Connery, and I was just like,
You know, some
I
of my
actually
favorite
like
Sean
this one.
Connery movies, though, were like The Rock,
Yeah. Hunt for Red
Oh,
October.
yeah.
The Hunt for Red October,
Mhm.
Entrapment. You guys remember that
Entrapment,
one? But that was
yeah.
more for Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh,
well,
Who
yeah.
was
Can-
doing like all the
can we-
bending under
can
like
we
the
just-
lasers. and
can we
stuff.
pause for a moment and just talk about the laser beam scene?
Well, you know, literally, that's what a lot of us did was pause the laser.
Yeah,
beam
yeah.
scene.
Dragonheart? He did the voice of the
Yeah, he did
the
voice of the dragon.
in Dragonheart.
You know, a lot of people they give it a lot of flack, but League of Extraordinary Gentlemen,
Good movie.
Yes, I like that movie
Yeah.
too.
they
Good
give that movie a
movie.
lot
I
of
forgot
flack,
he
but
was
it's
in that
actually
movie.
actually really it's a fun movie to watch. And he plays Alan Quartermain,
He
and
was in the Avengers also.
yeah, oh god,
The 1998 of the
Yeah.
yeah,
Avengers,
that one, yeah, the one where he's the evil
Yep.
evil genius and the weather machine. Oh god,
Yep.
Yeah, he's just I mean,
Yes.
he's done a lot, and he's the only actor, in my opinion, he's played the same character in every movie. I mean, let's be the Highlander, of course, we can't forget the Highlander. He was the Spaniard in the he was the Scottish Spaniard in the fucking Highlander. He was in the fucking Spanish garb and everything, and I'm the Spaniard. No, he played the same dude in every movie, but it was okay. Like
I know what I'm doing.
you know, like Nicolas Cage and Kevin Costner, those are two that they play the exact same character in every movie. They have no range
Be honest,
whatsoever.
a lot of actors are the same character in every movie. A
Well,
lot of
no,
them.
no, not really. I mean, there's you know. but-
Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks. Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro.
Okay, that's fair.
Be
Oh,
honest.
no,
Okay,
Robert,
okay,
he
okay.
kind of you talking about you went from Raging Bull to a Fokker, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So he kind of switched it up a little bit, you know. He's
A little
more
bit.
serious, then he went to the comedy side.
So all right, so let's do this
I have
in
nipples.
in
Can
order
you milk me?
to honor Sean. We're gonna go around, and I want everyone to do their best Sean Connery line. Jay Quillen, we're gonna start with you.
Shit.
I already did it.
No, you do it again, or do something different. Your
I
best
don't-
Sean Connery.
Trying to think of a different celebrity Jeopardy. I'm gonna just stick with the same one because it's my favorite and it's the one I can do.
The penis.
Yeah, I'll take the penis mightier for 500, Alex.
No, but that's not Sean Connery. That's Daryl
it's
Hammond
not.
as
I
Sean
know.
Connery. No, you need
but
to.
it's a Sean Connery impression. I'm trying to think of what movie I've seen him in, honestly, other than Indiana Jones.
Just a line from Indiana Jones.
Junior.
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 All right, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. All right, Daddy Louie.
No.
Daddy Louie.
Oh boy. All right, Minnie Penny. This is what we're going to do.
All right, Chris.
Oh, I said it earlier. I said it again. We named the dog Indiana.
Love it. Mr. Deacon, what you got?
He said, "Do you expect me to talk?" He said, "No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die." Man, I cracked up when he said that shit. I was like, "Oh my god!" And then laser come through and shit. I was like, "Uh-oh."
That laser was about to chop off his
Yeah.
shit too. But I mean, that's.
Oh my god.
I mean, how, like, as a villain, I mean, look at the James Bond villains. I mean, they're nice. They're always like just real cool, real nice, real polite.
Yeah.
And James Bond has always just been kind of a dick. You know, I mean, he's just
What he does.
he's just an asshole.
All right, Tommy, let's hear yours.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, I don't know what to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you put on the spot?
No, I was gonna do Mr. Deakins, but he got it. He got it. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Louis too. Thank you much money, Penny. I mean, that's classic. What? All right. Well, Jake Quellen, we got to get you. What? Where's yours? I like the Indiana. You named the dog Indiana. I like that one. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I said that.
Did you? All eyes on you right now.
I did.
All eyes on
I
you.
said it already.
Oh, Anthony said Robin Hood,
anything to say.
Prince of Thieves.
Yeah, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That was another stinker of a movie.
Prince of Thieves.
Brent says, "See, this is borderline."
He played in that movie.
Yeah.
He was King Richard.
Yeah.
Oh, for like 5 minutes at the end of the movie. Not even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Best cameo ever.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
And he still came in and put his lips on Marion.
Yep, he sure did. That's right.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, that's,
God, I haven't
that's
seen that
classic
movie in
Sean
forever.
Connery for you.
He's just
The best line in that movie is freaking what's his name? Christian Slater. When they launch him over the wall, he's like, "Fuck me, he cleared it."
But I mean, come
I don't
on.
expect that in a Robin Hood movie, right? He's like, "Fuck me."
But then Costner's fucking accent is like in and out the whole movie. Did no one notice that? Like while they were filming, did no one say, "Hey, Kevin, come here, man." Yeah, that line you just didn't. There was no accent on it. We got you a vocal coach.
Accents.
No, he's a mushmouth.
He's not.
No.
He's a cowboy.
He dances with wolves.
3,000.
He does country.
3,000 Miles to Graceland, the best Kevin Costner movie.
Man,
Mr. Brooks.
No.
Best Kevin Costner.
Field of Dreams.
Mr. Brooks.
No, I'm with Tommy on this one. 3,000 Miles to Graceland was fun.
I've never seen it. I don't
seen
know.
it.
Oh
God,
man, Slater was in that
you're
too,
missing
wasn't he?
out.
Christian Slater was in that as well, I think.
Christian Slater and his name is escaped. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Russell.
So
What is it
Anthony.
about?
Oh.
They're Elvis impersonate. Well, they're not Elvis impersonate. They're all a bunch of crooks. They're gonna rob a casino during an Elvis impersonator convention. So and it is just nonstop action. Courtney Cox is in it as well. It is nonstop. And speaking of nonstop action, yes, John Tin Cup, another movie that was just nothing but explosions and firefights and just so good. Not really though.
Yeah, Dances with Wolves, Brent.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Dances with
How
Wolves
did we
was.
get on Kevin Costner?
Cause I don't know. All right, like moving on. So we did that, and then we've got question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. I need fanfare for
Make
that.
a sound for me. Oh, I got all the songs. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just.
So our question of the week, cheapers. Okay.
Question
All
of the
right.
week.
The question of the week is, what do you think about 007 being cast as a female? And does 007 even fit in today's society? We got a couple of good answers here. First, let me read. Brent said, as long as they find a way to pass off the mantle properly, I see no problem with it. Anthony said, I'm totally cool with it. Inclusion is always an option. As for today's society, that's a tougher question. I think yes, but I also think that the tech needs a big upgrade. With all of the gadgets that S.H.I.E.L.D. has in the MCU, there's no reason 007 should have anything less.
Ethan Hunt has better stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And then finally, Walter Andrew Barrows said, I have no problem with 007 being a woman. Would she still go by James? Seriously, though, what better disguise than a woman? I remember this being a conversation between Dalton and Brosnan.
Huh. Interesting.
What?
I don't think
I
that.
thought the crickets were coming. The crickets. That's what I thought.
No, where are my crickets? There's my crickets. I don't think that James Bond. I don't think 007 should be a woman. Just my opinion. Not. That's not to say that a woman couldn't play the role of an international super spy, woman of mystery. But 007 is 007. Just let it be 007. But I don't think that.
Which brings us to Nerd Rage.
But I don't think that James Bond has a place in our current cancel culture. Everybody is like super hyper woke. James Bond was a womanizing, conniving, lying, cheating, hard drinking, hard smoking bastard. Violent. I mean, yeah, he glorified violence. He glorified sexism. He glorified white privilege like a motherfucker. But it's just
that's what he was supposed to do, man.
Well,
if he hadn't done it, he wouldn't be alive. He wouldn't get the information he needed. That was part of the job.
You're right.
Maybe he had a heart within that deep exterior.
Well, see, if you figure with Daniel Craig's version of Bond, this is possibly the most violent you've seen Bond. Like, he's like raw talent.
Yeah.
I mean, they even address it in the films that he's still a little, like
rough
off the cuff.
Around the edges.
Yeah, he's still rough around it. Even M told him he's still rough around the edges, but the job gets done. It's a little sloppy, but he gets it done.
So John Mitchner in the chat said, just change her number. 0069 is a solid pick.
Oh, God.
I've seen that I've seen that movie.
But it's like reminding me of Get Smart a little bit,
Yeah.
Like Agent 99.
God, she was cute in the original series.
Yeah, I know. I own the first season on DVD.
Yeah, the original series.
Agent 99 was adorable. She's a key, and she's a way better spy than Maxwell Smart.
Well, that was the gag.
That was the whole point. I know.
Maxwell Smart was nothing more than Inspector Gadget without the gadgets.
Without the gadgets. Yeah. What was the actor? Was it Don? Don something.
Yes.
I don't know.
I thought that was a movie. It was a TV show.
It was a TV show.
It was a TV show from the 60s.
I watched on Nick at Night.
Although Steve Carell did do a really good job.
He had the phone in his shoe.
Don
Adams.
Shoe phone. Don Adams.
He was actually pretty smart. He was just a cornball and a clumsy oaf.
That's what he was. He was smart. He was just clumsy.
Man.
And he did
missed it by that much.
Missed it by that much. But Don Adams also did the voice for Inspector Gadget. So there was that, so they knew what they were doing. They were like, we got to get Don Adams to do the voice. But yeah, Louis, but you're the young one on the panel. So of course you've not
I'm the youngest, right?
Yeah, you're the baby.
By a couple of months.
Damn, Louis, you about 12? You're somebody's daddy?
You're the baby.
Really? I heard that.
But Steve Carell, the version that Steve Carell did, that was actually a really good.
It wasn't bad.
Run.
It wasn't bad. Well, The Rock was in that too, right? The Rock was in that, and
The Rock was that.
Anne Hathaway
was in it. Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
It was fun. It was good. It was fun. Even the scene where he gets promoted, and he goes into the so-called cone of silence, and it doesn't work.
And it doesn't work.
And it was like. It's like, we still see you. Like, he's screaming, yes.
And I can't think of anyone better than I can't think of anyone better than Steve Carell to do that. I mean, I thought that he was great. And Jackie, I do agree. I think we got to be done with remakes. But at the same time,
I didn't watch it because I love the original show. I didn't watch it.
But then you've got, and no disrespect, Daddy Louie, but there's people out there like Daddy Louie. That's not a remake. That wasn't a remake for him. That was fresh. Right. That was brand new.
Yeah, that was
stuff.
The only thing I had ever known about.
Yeah. Nerd Rage then?
Sure.
Nerd Rage.
I got nothing else. So when we're talking about God, I love the flow this week. This is great. So when we're talking about James Bond or 007, not just 007 being a woman, but they've cast a woman of color to play the role. Now, this makes me wonder, was that a deliberate decision? You know, did the guys at the top, because it's always guys at the top, did the guys at the top say, you know what? We need a black chick to play 007 because that's the time that we live in? Or did she just go in, read for the part, and fucking nail it? Regardless, this is the rage part that's coming because I get tired of this shit. Regardless of what the decision was, and we had talked about this before, I think, during our little production meeting. But you know, when are people of color going to be able to have their own original mainstream characters? Why are you just reskinning something? You know, we talk about Black Superman, we talk about Black Batman. And yes, Batman and Superman have both been portrayed by black men in the comics. So, but why? It's still Batman, and it's still a historically white character. It still doesn't belong to people of color. Black Panther, on the other hand, that is a black man. That is something that the black community can rally around. You know, and did, and absolutely did. I mean, that's, you know, you've got kids that can look at Black Panther and say, that hero looks like me. You know, the people of Wakanda look like me. But then you've got a black Batman or a black Superman. It's like you're just keeping the suit warm until the white guy comes back.
You know, when we talked about this particular subject, it made me think of Josh Trank's Fantastic Four. And I was not a fan. I wasn't a fan for several reasons, but the fact that they took the character of Johnny Storm and had him played by Michael B. Jordan, and it was just like, okay, why did you change the character's race? Was there a reason why you changed the character's race? And then you gave this cockamamie story about, Sue Storm was the adopted sister, and none of it just sat right. It was just like, you're just changing it for inclusion. You don't needed it for that. You could have just told the story, and it probably still would have been a crap movie, but you could have just told the story as it is.
Right.
You know, you didn't have to do it that way.
Give people their heroes. Give people their own heroes. That's all I'm saying. Is like, you know, you don't have to keep like inclusion, representation is important. It matters, but let's write parts, you know, for people of color. Let's write parts for women.
So I think that's starting. I think it's tough. It's really tough, right? Because like you said at the beginning of the segment, you said, you know, did she walk in to the casting room and nail the audition? And they were like, okay, we want a female James Bond, but she did such a good job and she just so happens to be black. Or did the casting people put out a casting call for a black female? The same thing, the same question gets raised like with the live action Little Mermaid, which had a lot of controversy when it was first announced, that the live action Little Mermaid is going to be played by a woman of color, right? The Little Mermaid, the Disney's Little Mermaid, Ariel, not talking about the, you know, the Grimm brothers, you know, whatever the evil stuff is. She was a tiny little pale white chick with red hair. You know what I mean? So it's like, did this, you know, lady, did she walk into the casting room and nail the audition and she was cast because she was the best person? Or did Disney put out a casting call for a woman of color because they knew they wanted to, you know, do something, you know, modern, you know, do something inclusion related. But on the other side of that, I think that in films today, especially recently, more genres are starting to create roles specifically for people of color. So, for example, Black Panther, obviously that's not new, but I look at the horror genre, for example, and it's like the what's his name? The guy who made Us and
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, right? So he's becoming a huge name in horror, and he's a black guy, and he's like, but he's making really, really good movies, right? Us and Get Out, I think that was the name of the other movie. They were both really, really good. But I don't think that when he put those movies out, they were considered mainstream. Like I didn't hear about them until after they were already out on DVD, already ready to be seen, and I think that they were, and the same thing goes with, I know I'm rambling here, but the same thing goes with like the other guy, Tyler Perry, is that his name? Tyler Perry movies are marketed towards the black community. Like, I don't know any white people who have ever gone to a movie theater to see a Tyler Perry movie.
You've never gone to see Medea?
I don't know what that is.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
We need to have a Medea marathon.
All the movie nights we're gonna have between Louie and Jackie. I swear.
Yeah, right. No, but so
I've
Louie
never
brought
seen a
up
Tyler
Disney.
Perry movie.
Yeah, me neither.
But and I'm just saying, like, if are those movies not good enough to become mainstream, or are they just not targeted towards that audience? You know what I mean? Like, he's made a shit ton of movies. Like,
in Tyler Perry's case, and I've seen an article and seen interviews where he said he makes movies that resonate with his audience. And that's what you do as a filmmaker. You make a film that resonates with the audience that you're catering or targeting, whatever you want to say. But that's what he knows. Just like
but he want to know who's he targeting. That's what
I mean, that's what he goes
are
for.
the movies good enough to become mainstream? And I say good enough, like, again, I go back to to those horror movies, Get Out and Us. They've both become wide mainstream favorites among horror enthusiasts. They are among the better.
Tyler Perry movies are not marketed towards the mainstream. They're not. They don't have mass market appeal. A lot of his movies,
they might now, but
sure. But a lot of his movies are actually geared towards black women. There's that vibe. And you know what? For a crash course, there's a really good Boondocks episode that talks about Tyler Perry and his films and his strategies. So we look that up, because that's pretty interesting.
That's like the unspoken episode that he does not like this.
No, he doesn't like it. Tyler Perry tried to sue everybody for that one. But I'll tell you, you know what? You know who's doing it right? Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft Country is doing it right. They are giving people of color heroes. Their own heroes that aren't borrowed. They are their own heroes. Lovecraft Country's doing it right. 100%.
So when Louis brought up Disney, it reminded me of the 1997 movie Cinderella. Why can't things be more like that? Where there's like, have you guys seen it? It's the Brandy Cinderella.
Oh, the one with
Whitney Houston is the stepmother.
Yeah.
The Prince Charming, is Asian. His parents are Jason Alexander and Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
The stepmother was Bernadette Peters. Like, it didn't matter. These are just the people that got the roles because they were good at the roles, and it was colorblind casting. So I think there's a place for stuff like that. There are just certain stories that are gonna be told over and over and over, and Cinderella is one of those stories.
Sure.
But it's also like, playing, like, doing these characters and changing up who plays them and whatever. It brings me back to, like, can we just stop with the remakes? Like, there are no original ideas anymore. Can we create some new characters? Can we not remake everything with just different cast of characters?
There are some remakes that should just not be touched. I've seen the behind the scenes of this thing, and I've seen the actual show, and it was 1313 Mockingbird Lane. That's what it was called. but anybody who knows what that means knows that's the Munsters. And it was Jerry O'Connell and Eddie Izzard. Eddie Izzard was Grandpa Munster. Jerry
Love
O'Connell
Eddie
was, yeah, Jerry O'Connell was Herman Munster. No makeup. He was just, he was Jerry. It didn't make, it was on NBC. It was a pilot, and it didn't make it because they tried to go really dark with it.
The Munsters is not supposed to be. Munsters is the funny one. It's supposed to be like the Addams Family, but the like cheesy funny version. It's supposed to be funny. It's
and that was the thing. And they try to make like it really dark, like Grandpa Munster. He was the patriarch, and he's running this whole show, and he's like this. I mean, yeah, Grandpa Munster was an evil genius at the same time, but it just didn't make. Yeah, you don't have to remake things.
Like I don't care if you're like a famous actor and you've always wanted to play this role or whatever, but like maybe you don't need to. Maybe they did it right the first time.
I'm sorry.
Although I would like to see Johnny Depp as Gomez.
I'm sorry. I had to cut to Mr. Deacon.
He's not
Why is he stuffing his face?
He's like talking to people.
So
food. He's whatever.
He's what sliding stuff into his mouth, like dude, the camera.
He's eating stuff off the bone. He's like
I just keep glancing down at Mr. Deacon. He's like this. He's like.
Yo, can I get some chicken?
He's on his phone. Like, do you not have anything to say, Mr. Deacon? I mean,
I'm saying it, man. I'm just, I'm here.
He's eating.
I got hungry. I was hungry.
All right. Mr. Deacon's having a fucking picnic during the show and shit.
Nerd rage is supposed to be your thing, man. You're the angry one.
What you mean when am I angry? I'm not angry.
Is your mic on?
Oh, you got wings. I don't have wings and I'm angry.
Is your mic on, Mr. Deacon, or is it
Yeah, what's
might
good?
be too. Oh, it was too far from.
Oh, that's good. You didn't get to hear me chewing.
Yeah, we need that ASMR.
Yeah.
I don't.
Let's see how the numbers go up after that.
Yeah. All right. Let's. We're supposed to be done like 15 minutes ago, but it's all right. You know what we should probably do? I don't.
Rage happens.
Rage does happen.
It does.
Damn.
I don't know.
Right now.
Did you find something, Tommy?
I don't know. I think I may have found something. I don't know what that is. It could be the safe word.
Secret.
The safe word is there. The safe word is there.
Mm-hmm.
THER.
I was going to say we shouldn't say which there for people only listening to the podcast.
It's fine. We'll get what you're saying. All right, hey, stick around. We've still got our drawing for our 500th YouTube subscriber.
Why are you telling him to stick around? Do we have a commercial break or something?
We're gonna be doing no, because we still have Louie's bit, and then after that we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, you're talking about the TikTok giveaway. Like once we hit 1,000, I checked. We're at 978.
Yep. So we got a little bit more to go.
At all.
Nope. To
get on those people.
Jump on it.
Follow Circle of Nerds on TikTok, and you too could be a lucky winner.
Win one of these guys right here. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
A baby Boba Fett.
Baby Boba. All right. Daddy Louie.
Yes.
Teach us something in 5 minutes.
Really? I only have 5 minutes now?
I mean, you talked a lot before, so.
Who did?
You.
I was rambling. That wasn't talking.
Yeah, that's true.
You could have cut me off at any time.
I probably should have.
I get in trouble for interrupting. I try. Damn it.
Jeez.
So.
Oh, good for you.
All right, sorry. Good.
So you want to paint a miniature, do you?
Yeah, we do.
So painting miniatures is a lot of fun. It can be a very good source of Zen time for yourself. And there are many miniatures out there. You may have bought a board game that includes miniatures and you're like, man, these would look really cool painted. Maybe you walked into a local game store and saw some people playing games like Warhammer and you're like, oh, those miniatures look really cool. I'd like to paint something like that. But the hobby itself can be very overwhelming. So what I am going to do today, very briefly, because I'm being rushed.
Very briefly.
No. Is I'm going to give you the bare basics. I'm going to tell you what you do need to buy and what you don't need to buy in order to get started. So I have a lot of visual aids. I'm actually going to switch my camera and go down to my table here like I do on my videos.
You're going to
There we
switch
go.
and go down. I love
Look
it.
at that. All right. So the first thing that you need is a
fancy
miniature. You may have gone into a game store and seen a really cool Warhammer miniature like this. Or maybe you bought a board game that has miniatures. Don't buy this if this is your first miniature, and here's why. The miniatures don't come like this. They actually come like this in all of these tiny, teeny little bits. And if you buy that, then you need this, and you need that, and you need that just to put them together. You don't want to do all that. So instead, what you want to buy is something like this. So these are actually from a company called Reaper, and they are called Bones models. The benefit to buying these is that they come in one piece, so you don't have to glue them, and you also don't have to prime them. So most models, if you want to paint them, you're going to want to use some kind of primer like that. But with these, you don't have to prime them. They're actually made of some material that is patented to their company. All you do is take them out of the package, run them under some warm water with an old toothbrush to get some of the film off of them, and they're ready to paint right out of the package like that. And they're really cheap. A model like this will only cost you about $2 to $3. The smaller ones, like this little skeleton guy, he'll come with like a pack of 4 or 5 for the same price. So these are the models that you want to start with, especially if you're just getting into the hobby. Like I said, just a couple of bucks, no primer needed, no glue needed. Take them out of the package, clean them up, and they're ready to go. So now that you have your miniatures, you need paintbrushes. So it's very tempting, again, to walk into a local game store or even an arts and crafts store and buy the most expensive brushes. You don't need to do that. Instead, what you need to do is get a cheap brush set. This brush set here is only I think I paid like $5 for this entire brush set. I got this actually on Wish, and I got it within like 5 days, but you can get this at any hobby store like Michael's, AC Moore, Hobby Lobby, something like that, or on Amazon. You can even get stuff like this at Walmart. So $5, it'll get you some brushes, and that's just to get you started, just so that you can get paint onto your miniature. You don't want to spend this guys is $5 for all these. This brush right here is $25. $25 for one brush, $5 for all these brushes. You do the math. Especially if you're getting started, these will do you just great. And these, even today, as a more experienced painter, I use these for washes, dry brushing, all that good stuff. So you got your models, you have your paintbrushes. Let's talk about paint.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
You might be very tempted to go to the arts and crafts store and buy bottles of paint like this for 99 cents. Acrylic paints that, you can get a ton of different colors. Don't buy these. The reason that you don't want to buy these when you're starting out, or any time for that matter, is because they are very light on pigment. So they're mostly paint, not a lot. They're mostly paint, not a lot of pigment. You're not going to get good color. You're not going to get good coverage on your model when you're painting. They're just really, really bad. It is tempting because they are, like I said, they're like 99 cents a bottle. You don't want these. But you also don't want to buy super expensive stuff. So me, for example, I have, let me move my paper. I have huge sets of paints. This right here, woo, nice and colorful. This will run you about $300 for all these paints. And it's going to take you about 2 weeks to get them because they are all, that particular range is overseas.
Yikes.
So
I don't even do this, but I want them.
What you want is you want to look for a
Tell me what you
company
want.
called Army
Really, really
Painter.
want.
Army Painter sells sets. So you can get sets in basic color range. So you're, one red, one blue, one green, one orange, etc. Or you can also get sets that are specific to a genre of thing that you want to be painting. So, for example, if you only want to be painting orcs and goblins, they have a set of greens that will come with like 4 or 5 different greens. And they also come with the washes that you need. This helps give you cool dimension and shading on your miniatures. And if you want to buy them in individual bottles, they'll only cost you about $2.50, as opposed to something like Games Workshop, where a bottle like this will cost you about $8. $2.50, $8. You do the math. So highly recommend Army Painter as the first set of paints that you get. Like I said, you can buy individual bottles for $2 to $3 at your local game store or on Amazon, stuff like that. Or you can get them in sets. I recommend just getting a basic starter set that comes with a blue, a red, an orange, a green, etc. Just to get started. It'll cost you about $20 for the paints, $5 for the brushes, about $2 to $3, up to maybe $5 for the bigger models. They do have some bigger models in that range if you want. So you're looking at a total of maybe, I don't know, $32 total US dollars just to get started with what you see if you like it. And by the way, all of this, $30, one sprue of these Warhammer miniatures, like $50 ish, something like that. And these models paint up great. This is actually one of the first models that I ever painted, and he is a Bones model, a Bones Reaper model. So they look really cool. Anyway, that's everything that I think you need to know about getting started with the miniature painting hobby.
And now back to your regularly scheduled
And now back to your
programming.
regularly scheduled program.
I gotta say,
That's good shit.
I did not know that the miniatures ran like that. Like that Warhammer set.
Oh
yeah, I would have been discouraged right away.
Oh yeah.
Seeing
And that's
like,
not to say they're not cool and the game's not great. But again, if this is something that you're just starting off with, you literally just had this inclination in the back of your mind that you wanted to start. Everything that I told you to buy, the miniatures from Reaper, the paintbrushes, and the Army Painter paints, I've been painting for 5+ years now, and I still use those things. So even as the reason that I recommended these particular items is because you're not going to buy them day one, find out that you love it, and then day two, you're like, well, I got to buy everything expensive and I'm never going to use this stuff again. These are all things that you're going to continue to use for years and years and years. Even as you advance and you upgrade your brushes, you upgrade your paints, you can still fall back on this stuff. If I, like this model right here, he's like a little hairy rat monster, right? If I wanted to practice my technique, I buy a expensive
Hairy
Warhammer model that's like a big beast, and I want to practice my dry brushing on fur. I'll grab this guy who cost me $2 or $3. I'll practice it on there, and then that way I know what I'm doing before I get into my $50, $60 model. You know what I'm saying? So you're always going to use this stuff. I always have these things laying around. This is good quality stuff for cheap that I'm showing you.
That's not bad. Yeah. That's not bad. Good stuff. Somebody said
I just
Deacon
want
was
to buy
early Thanksgiving over
I
there.
know. I want to buy all the paints and all the brushes.
I got a whole chicken Philly I'm about to just tear into.
Yeah,
it is.
All right, so
that was a good just the tips. I like.
Yeah, that was good shit. That was very, very good shit. So we are going to do our drawing here. We are going to pick one lucky subscriber to do that. And let's see, there's our data. Oops. Nope, that's not it. So yeah, talk amongst yourselves because I'm going to get...
Yeah, building these models, like cutting the little pieces off of the sprues is literally the devil. Like, it's the worst thing ever.
I don't know. I like putting
it.
things together and stuff, but like, man, if you have to file
They're
off
so
every little.
Yes. And they're so small. It's like, I've got fat fingers. So like, it's like putting, I've glued my fingers together more times than I'd like to admit.
Okay.
Yeah, that would drive me up the wall.
The
That would
painting
do-
stuff is great. Building models is not great. And there's
then you-
tons of really good board games out there that you can buy that come with, like Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid comes to mind. If you're a Power Ranger fan, you buy the board game. It comes with a bunch of hero characters and villain characters, but then it also comes with a bunch of foot soldiers. So you can use the foot soldiers, you know, as practice to get your techniques down before you move on to the bigger stuff like Power Ranger, like the Power Rangers. So you don't have to get, and those are all single piece too. So you don't have to build them. They just come out of the package all together. So you don't have to get stuff like this. You can just,
So
you know,
why do
if
you
you-
think those exist that you have to take apart and file down? Like, why do they exist if there are these
because
other
it
models?
allows them to, a few reasons. One, it makes customization of the model a lot better, right? So if you've
okay,
got,
that's fair.
if
Yeah.
if all their heads are separate, right? I could buy a 3D printed head, or I could buy another head from another company. I don't have to like dissect it with my scissors and all that stuff. So it makes customization a lot better. Also,
Yeah.
when they're able to get the individual pieces as being separate, you can just get more crisp details, like in certain areas with the molding that you couldn't get with single pieces.
Yeah. Brent says that Axis and Allies is a good one too.
Yeah. Axis and Allies has a ton of minis. All
I
right.
actually didn't know that.
So, are we ready to unveil? I just picked someone at random from our subscribers over on YouTube. And if you would like to subscribe, please head on over to youtube.com/Circle of Nerds. And we are going to be sending out this little guy right here to Benjamin Grosick. Benjamin Grosick, if you're watching, and you're probably not watching, but thank you for
But he
subscribing.
might watch later on YouTube because he's a subscriber.
He's a subscriber, so Benjamin Grosick.
So if you want to, Benjamin Grosick.
You are our winner. Thank you very much. And we are also going to be doing something special for Mr. Ford and his podcast, because they were the 500. They were our number 500. So maybe we should do something special for our number 1,000. So whoever is our 1,000th subscriber, maybe we can do the other helmet. Oh,
Just
yeah.
whoever
we
that
could just have him
person
on the
is.
show.
Oh,
little bit of
yeah.
both.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the other. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me get it. You guys talk about stuff. Hold on.
This is impromptu.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
is
new contest.
creativity in action, folks.
New contest.
Creativity in action.
The impromptu
I-
club.
This is
That actually shows up pretty good.
Actually, while I still have everybody's attention,
Oh, I'm sorry, Louie. Are you
there's
still
one
here?
more thing. There's one more thing that I wanted to mention in my just the tips that I didn't
Oh,
actually
God.
mention, and that is two individuals that you want to go out on YouTube and watch to increase your knowledge on painting. Mini Wargamer, one word, Jay. He has a mini painting 101. He has over 150 YouTube videos on how to do different things. He's got, one video for skin, one video for armor, one video for metal, one video for red, yellow, like every color. Really good stuff. And also, there's another channel called Dr. Faust's Painting Clinic. Faust is F-A-U-S-T apostrophe S. And Faustus. Anyway, he also does really good beginner tip videos. So I wanted to mention that, and I forgot, so I apologize.
That's okay.
And there's the helmet.
So I was just thinking about this, and in retrospect, I don't think that we should say the 1,000th subscriber, because
Then people will wait.
They're gonna wait. Yeah, they're not gonna subscribe. They're like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna wait." It's gonna be a while before we get 1,000.
When we get
When we get to
to 1,000,
a
then we do another
1,000,
drawing.
instead of doing, I want to do something special for number 1,000. I mean, whoever the 1,000th one is. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We've got a long way to
Come
go.
on the show.
Or we can go to them. Road trip.
We'll show up at their house,
Wow.
knock on the door.
Like Silent Bob
uninvited.
and Jay and Silent Bob style.
All right, so there you go.
Open up this door.
So that's it. We're going to head over to the Inner Circle now. And of course, if you would like to become a member of the Inner Circle, all you got to do is head on over to patreon.com/Circle of Nerds and sign up there. Join us, be one of us. And we're going to start doing a lot more with the goodies, of course. Do make sure that you listen every single week so you can get in on the safe word. We'll flash it up here one more time for you just in case you missed it the first time around, because, of course, you'll be able to win that other Mandalorian helmet from our good friend Kevin Weir over at ImperialSurplus.com. And, of course, we've got our merch. We got to do all this sales stuff. So go over to circleofnerds.com/merch and get you some stuff. Please get a sticker, get some shirts, get some hoodies, get some fanny packs. Support. Jay Quellen.
All the love.
Back to safe word contest.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned this yet, but we are again having a movie night. Once you figure out the phrase that pays, right? Then you'll know what movie we'll be watching together virtually. That movie night is going to be on Christmas. You can spend Christmas with us virtually.
Christmas with Con.
All of the
Yes.
Christmas festivities will be over by the evening, and then you can hang out with us.
And we're probably going to
I
be...
love how Jackie just fell into a British accent there.
That was not British.
And we're going to be drunk.
Close enough.
Not at all. No. If you want British, I can go British.
So I don't know about y'all, but I drink on Christmas. So after all the festivities are over,
I sleep on Christmas.
All right, well then you'll be well rested for the movie night. So there you go.
Or I'll be sleeping.
Or you'll be sleeping. All right. So as always, folks, thank you very much for joining us. We love you. We appreciate you. Patroni, stick around because we're about to jump into the Inner Circle, and we are talking about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2. We're going to be dissecting it, talking about some stuff. We're going to be talking about our predictions. Where do we think The Mandalorian's going? It will be riddled with spoilers. So if you haven't seen Episode 2
yet,
yet,
over there and subscribe to Patron.
Yep. There you go.
Have some fun with us.
There you go. So we love you and we appreciate you and thank you. For those of you that joined us in the live chat tonight, we thank you very much. Appreciate that. So Anthony, and actually I'm glad you're here because Saturday, we are getting your hoodie. I am not going to rest until your hoodie is done. Of course, Anthony won our first contest. He won a Circle of Nerds hoodie. Unfortunately, we didn't have a hoodie on our website, so we're going to get one custom made and just for Anthony, because that's what we do. That's what we do for our Patroni, because we love you and we appreciate you. So we're going to go handle that. So Anthony, stand by. I will make it my mission. I will not rest Saturday until I get you your hoodie, and it's going to be
We're gonna send other fun things too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna load you up, brother.
We're gonna be twinsies. We'll have matching bracelets.
Yeah, we've got we've got these exclusive bracelets. Jay Quellen, show that again one more time.
They're very exclusive.
Yeah.
They're very. I made 10 of them.
Have them is
literally
us
10.
three.
Yeah, and then we've got one for Mr. Deacon. We've got one for Chris.
What would Tommy D do? And it says Circle of Nerds.
There
on
you
the
go.
other side.
Gotta love it. Gotta fucking love it. All right.
10.
So let's do this Inner Circle thing because we've got a lot of Mandalorian shit to talk about. And of course,
fantastic.
Follow us everywhere. You know, listen to the podcast because you know it's a podcast and you don't have to watch all of it. If you want to watch us, you can watch us. But you know, listen to the podcast. It's good stuff. So yeah, that's any podcasting platform. We are everywhere. So put us on Spotify. Put us in your playlist and then just listen to us. It's really nice. Outstanding. Tony, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate you. And again, once again, for all of you out there watching and listening and doing all that fun stuff and engaging in our content, we love you. We appreciate you. And of course, as always, if no one does anything nice for you, do something nice to yourself. And we'll see you next week. Bye.